Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're on the mighty Mississippi River fishing for jumbo perch and bluegill.
These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, we're on the mighty Mississippi River up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and finally got Blake back on the show. It's been a long time.
I know. I'm happy to be back in the boat.
Well, I'll tell you what, you've changed directions in your career, and
Yep.
what are you doing right now?
I currently work at the Stilt House in Cedarburg. It's an awesome restaurant. You should come see me, everyone.
And you got other plans too?
Yeah, I'm thinking about going back to graduate school.
Well, that's fun. I'll tell you what, we had a lot of fun over the 8 years, didn't we?
Yeah, remember that big muskie I caught?
With Pete.
Yes.
It's a huge fish! It's a huge fish! It's a massive muskie, Blake! Look at that.
Hold him way out.
Way out, make him look big. Well, he is big. And what about walleyes?
Oh, I caught that big walleye on Lake Erie. That was so cool.
Oh, I remember that, and
Yeah.
you got it mounted.
I did. That's still in my room.
Oh my gosh, your horse! It's a horse! Don't lose him, Jolly! Jolly, no! Oh gosh! Oh my gosh, this Blake is an absolute monstrosity! Biggest walleye we've ever caught on our show, Michael.
It's going to be close to 14 there.
You just don't see fish like that.
No,
you
that
know?
is so cool.
Hold them
Beautifully
up
done.
one more time.
Yeah, hold them out
And,
to the camera.
And we did a lot of ice fishing too.
Yes, lots of cold days, but they were fun.
And what about that big bass? Where was that?
Ely.
Oh, nice bass.
Ooh, nice.
Hey.
Wow.
We're northern pike fishing.
That is a nice bass.
Isn't that a
Wow.
beauty?
That is a beauty.
Well, you wanted to come today because we're with Vince and you love the perch and the bluegills, don't you?
Yeah, and it's a beautiful day.
Yes, it is. Hey, Vince, you know, talking about October perch and bluegill fishing up here, it's fabulous, isn't it?
It's as good as it gets, John. The bite is phenomenal. Dawn till dusk, they bite all day long. The weather's nice and warm and consistent. Doesn't get a whole lot better than this. We have a beautiful day today. We're going to have a lot of fun.
So not only jumbo perch, you're telling me about some big gills?
Yeah, right now everything's kind of mixed together. There's big gills in here. You might get a bonus crappie, maybe a bonus walleye, plenty of bass too. It's a bite almost every cast.
We'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
Well, as fall starts to come in, you start thinking about putting away all your favorite tools, your chainsaws, your snowmobiles, your ATVs, your boats, anything 2- and 4-stroke, you want to take care of them over the winter. That's where this Amsoil gasoline stabilizer comes in. Essentially, it's going to keep your fuel good. This is stored fuel. In fact, Amsoil gasoline stabilizer delivers 8 times longer fuel stability than Seafoam motor treatment, helping maintain startability and protect against formation of varnish and gum. So everybody wants their favorite tools running properly come spring. You absolutely need to add this Amsoil gasoline stabilizer if you want happy tools, and you're going to be happy to check this product out and all the other great products at Amsoil. Go to amsoil.com.
Epic only gives you one shot. So come armed with the Quest series, Minn Kota's toughest motors yet. Go where the fish are worth the fight, where chaos is the cost of entry, where the highlight reels happen. Motors that never let up, so you're never let down. The bigger the question marks, the better the quest.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As we talked about hunting for jumbo perch and giant bluegills on the Mississippi River, and this system is really great. It's an easy system to fish. Can you explain it, Vince?
Yeah, so the rig we use out here 90% of the time is a drop shot. So you've got your hook tied about a foot above the sinker down there, and you flip it out there and you just keep the line tight. It's super direct. You feel the weeds, you feel the bites, really good.
Look at that.
Was that like you? Oh my gosh! Hold that up to your hand. That's a beautiful bluegill.
That's a beautiful one.
Isn't that? And you know what's fun is kind of feeling that bite. So what did it feel like?
Well, it was a little, tap, but then it was kind of a, stronger bite after that tap, but that's a good way to start the day. Dad, you got one now?
Oh, look at this one there. Look at that beautiful sunfish there, Vince. That look at the coloring on that fish. That is gorgeous. That's a solid 8. And have all the bluegills been running this big, Vince? I mean, that's beautiful.
Yeah, the average size of the bluegills this fall has been incredible. And out here, because they're river fish, they're built super thick too, so you get a lot of meat off of them.
That was like 2 seconds after that first one I caught, Dad.
Yeah, they're just gorgeous. How big is that, Vince?
Oh my.
That's another 8.
Yeah.
That's another 8 right there.
And you can
oh,
see that they're
look
right
at
in the
that.
weeds.
And what you're looking for this time of year, Vince, is these fish aren't in deep water, are they?
No, we're only in 5 to 6 feet of water. The key is the weeds. There's these big, long weed lines out here that are, the edges of them are super defined from the current, and you just work up and down those weed lines till you start getting the bites. And normally once you get one, there's a pile sitting there with it. Here we go. Finally, the captain got one.
Oh, I'll tell you what, this is such a relaxing way to fish, Vince, and the clients love it because it's really pretty simple, right?
Yeah, this is as simple as it gets, just a sinker, a hook, and a worm, and it's so many bites. You're getting bass pecking at it, these big gills, the perch are in there too. It's a lot of fun.
I actually casted right where Vince did.
Oh, now hold those up together. Yeah, guys, stand together there. And Blake's is a good eater, and yours is big, Vince.
Yeah, this is a really nice one.
And you get them up to how big?
Up to 10 out here.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Oh, first perch of the day. Look at that. And that's what Vince's Guide Service is famous about in the fall and in the wintertime, folks, is those perch. And Vince, I'll tell you what, it's world-class perch fishing up here October, November, and into winter, isn't it?
It really is. It's my favorite time of year for them. As the water temp drops with the cooling weather, they get into big schools, kind of segregated by size, and they're feeding, they're hungry before winter. It's a ton of fun. My favorite time of year by far for them.
This one feels big, Dad.
Let's see.
I just put a fresh worm on.
And what do you got? Ooh, nice perch there, Blake.
Thank you. Looks like we found the perch.
You know what I love, Blake, though, is the fact that every cast you're getting a bite, and you don't know if it's going to be a big bluegill or a big perch.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and it's a simple, all you do is cast out a little bit outside of the boat, keep your line tight, and it's a good bite.
Ooh, Vince.
Nice bluegill.
You do this every day and you still enjoy it.
I love it. This is my favorite time of year. You never know what's going to bite, and it's a ton of bites. You're going through a pile of bait and having a blast.
Now, you mentioned before the limits, but to be very clear, so if you have a guide customer, he can be specific now.
Yep, so it's 15 per species of panfish. 15 bluegill, 15 crappie, and 15 perch.
Per guy?
Per person, yep.
Oh, Blakey.
I got one.
Let's see him. Oh,
Ooh,
that's a
Vince, too.
nice one right there. Oh, Vince, go up front with Vince. He's got one too. All right. Now, hold those up steady. Now, Vince, yours looks like about 8 1/4.
Yeah, I'd say probably even bigger than that.
Now, is it more common to limit out than not limit out?
Definitely in fall, the limits are super common. On a full day trip, you're gonna get a limit. The half day, if you don't get it, you're gonna be really close.
Now, looking at the Mega Live 2 here, we're not really using it to find fish. We're using it to find, what, the weed edge?
Yep, to find the weed line and just keep our distance off of that. And as you cruise down it, all of a sudden you'll see these little, they almost look like beehives where these packs of panfish are swimming around, and you just stop and throw bait at them.
But you can tell how far to cast without casting into the weeds with the Mega Live 2.
Yep, exactly. You can keep whatever distance you want off those weeds. Typically, I'm 20 to 30 feet off them. And with the Mega Live, you can drop your bait right next to that weed line every time.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. All Berkeley Flicker Shads and Flicker Minnows are on sale. The Flicker Shad is a tournament-winning trolling favorite, and the Flicker Minnow dives deep with flash and action that fish can't resist.
Here we go.
Vince again.
Yeah, we're getting in them now. It's another nice.
So basically what you're doing is using the Minn Kota to follow this weed line, right?
Correct, yep. So the weed lines kind of run parallel with the current on the river, and we're just following it with the boat, using the Mega Live to keep that 20, 30 foot away from it.
Yeah, actually taking a look at the water, the top of the water right now, you can see where the current line is, the little bit of wind, and then the where it's calm is the weeds, right?
Yep, exactly. Those weeds provide a little bit of a current break. There's a ton of food in them, and like you said, you can see that difference on the water right now.
I'll tell you what, you use a light rod, and the fights are really a lot of fun. Now, Vince, if you want, using these drop shots, as we said, is really easy, but show us what you do. So you cast up to the weed line, and then what?
So you just flip it out to that weed line 20, 30 feet away, and you're just letting it sit there with the line tight and your rod tip up. So your rod tip up is going to stand that rig up, keep your bait off the bottom, and line tight lets you feel everything, and let it sit there 10, 20, 30 seconds. A lot of times you'll pick up a floating weed or a bite that quick, and if you don't, just reel it in and flip it back out again to another spot.
As soon as you feel something, set the hook.
Yep, exactly. As soon as you feel that first tick, set the hook and reel them in. Here we go.
All right. Now, bluegill, oh, that's a nice one. Now, bluegills seem to be the more popular fish today other than the perch. But as the water cools down, the perch become more plentiful?
Yeah, so we're kind of still like almost in a summer pattern here with how warm this month has been. They just haven't really segregated yet at all the panfish species. Everything's mixed together here. So we're throwing worms because the bluegills are fun when they're this big.
Well, today's October the 1st, and I know I have filmed with you before in October, and it's not usually 80 degrees.
No, we're normally not in 80 degrees with 70-some degree water here. So it's only going to get better. That water temp's going to cool down when the weather finally starts to cool down.
But look at that bluegill. That's 8.5, right?
Oh, yeah.
We were fishing the Mississippi River in La Crosse, Wisconsin, a 3.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 4.5 hours from Chicago, and 2 hours from Minneapolis.
Feel the difference in every cast, in every bite, in every moment, in every adventure, no matter the season. When everything is on the line, every memory you make, feel the difference.
When you're meeting with a client, it's so important that you're present with them and you're listening. I've heard lawyers say your job as a trial lawyer is to read the law, understand the law, make the argument. You can't get emotionally connected with your client. I completely disagree with that. In order to tell your client's story, you want to learn what's important to them. Sit down and have a meal together. Learn about their family. Learn about their history. Learn about where they're from. You have to emotionally connect with them. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
Here we go. This feels like a nice one.
Hey, Vince, you know, in the past years that we fished with you early October like this, it was always minnows. But you'll be switching to minnows later? Or?
Yeah, it's kind of water temp based for me, John. And right now, like I said, we're in like 72 degree water, which is crazy warm for early October.
I mean, this last week has just been incredibly warm.
Yeah, it's been too warm, and that's okay. It'll cool down at some point, and when it does, that bite is definitely going to flip over to a minnow bite from worms.
You know, Vince, as we you know, oh, nice perch.
Not a bluegill.
No, that's a beautiful perch. And folks, I'll tell you what, as Vince says, in a week or two, when those things are in here big time, it's going to be a slaughter fest, and they're just gorgeous.
Yeah, right now they're kind of random between the bluegills. You hit pods of them here and there. The size of them's great this year, but as the water keeps cooling down, all of a sudden the schools get bigger and bigger, and they're a lot easier to target.
What's fun, folks, is actually these perch actually take out a little bit of drag, and this right here is average. And again, as I talked about, as you get later in fall and those big jumbos come in, and they're going to be 2 or 3 inches bigger than that, believe it or not. But Vince, you know, for people that haven't been to this part of the state, you got to describe the beauty, and in a couple of weeks the color's going to be fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, the fall colors out here are fantastic. If you've never seen it, it's worth coming out just to see that.
And you know, for a husband and wife, or a dad and sons and daughters, what I like about this trip is you're always going to get bites. Everybody's going to catch fish. And again, combine that with the bluffs and the scenery and the beauty. It's spectacular, isn't it?
It is. It's a great way to spend a weekend in fall, and it's really, I think, the most beautiful part of Wisconsin.
What do you got?
Another perch.
You know, that really is interesting. You know, when we first got out here, which is only about an hour or so ago, the bluegills were the deal.
Yep. Yeah, and you just keep moving and you go through the different pods of the different species, and you can see now we're on a good pod of these nice 10 to 12 inch eaters.
Yeah, those are gorgeous. What's the biggest one you've ever caught, Vince, here?
I've seen 2 that have been over 16 now.
And how many pounds would that be?
Just under 3. I think we weighed one of them, one was released, but both of them really big. They were spring ones, so they're as big as they get.
That's incredible.
Yeah. Here we go.
I'm amazed at we got to. Oh, there, Vince. Look at that perch, Blake. Wow, that is a beauty. And that, folks, is not abnormal, is it?
No, and even still, that's not anything close to the biggest ones that come out of this river, but it is a really nice one.
But I want to reiterate to the folks that we are not spot locked and staying in one spot. You are pretty much constantly moving, right?
Yeah, we're steadily moving. Every now and then you stop for a few minutes, but in general, just moving down these weed lines. Here we go. Here's another nice one.
Oh, yeah. We're into the perchies now.
We are.
I like
Took
that.
us a little bit, but we found them. We got something that's bigger than a bluegill here.
Another bass?
No,
oh my gosh,
it's a nice walleye.
You need the net there, Vince?
I'll see if I can.
You got her there, man.
Here.
That's a nice looking walleye.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's really hard to believe. That walleye is sitting in 3.5 feet of water in heavy weeds.
Yeah, well, everything lives in the weeds, especially this time of the year. That food chain is so set up in there that, you know, the bass are in there, the pike are in there, the panfish, everything's in the weeds right now.
Are you still doing the walleye evening guiding in the fall?
Yeah, we picked that up again late October, November. When it gets cold, that bite gets really, really good for us.
And that's nighttime fishing?
Yep, we do mostly evenings and night, or nighttime into morning.
You get numbers too?
Yeah, great numbers, normally limits, a lot of nice mid-upper 20s ones mixed in.
Beautiful walleye. Nice job there, Vinaroo.
It's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2025 Fishing Contest. This week's first winner is Jerry Witt Jr. of Kenosha, Wisconsin, caught this 30-inch walleye on Cedar Lake on a puppet. Leonard Kena of Franklin, Wisconsin, caught this 15-inch perch on the Bay of Green Bay using a minnow. Chris Grunland of Waukesha, Wisconsin, caught this 52-inch muskie in Green Bay on a bucktail. Ed Painter of Watertown, South Dakota, caught this 10-inch bluegill on a lake using a Castmaster. And this week's first kid winner is James Sullivan of Lakeville, Illinois, caught his first pike ever, 32 inches on the Wisconsin River on a lure. And Ellie Shipley of Hartford, Wisconsin, caught this 12-inch crappie on Beaver Dam Lake using a minnow. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week's Spider Wire Braid fishing line is on sale. A 125-yard spool is just $9.99. Plus, Rapala shad wraps, jointed, shallow, and glass are all on sale. Just 2 for $12. It's football season, and if you're looking for a quick and easy hors d'oeuvre, I got the thing for you. It's the Johnsonville rope sausage. It's pre-cooked, made with 100% premium pork. All you have to do is cook it on the pan until it's golden brown, and you can serve it with your favorite dipping sauce. Let's give it a try. That is so good. Johnsonville rope sausage. Find it at your favorite retailer today.
The Quickset screen shelters are perfect for campers and outdoor enthusiasts looking for additional space and comfort. With a fast and easy setup in less than 60 seconds with no additional poles or assembly required, you will be able to enjoy the outdoors faster. Quickset screen tents feature no CM mesh, so you can be bug-free in the comfort of your screen tent late into the evening. The Quickset screen tents are available in a wide range of models, so there's a perfect one for everyone. Quickset by Clam.
Finally, there's a beautiful bluegill there, Vince. Look at that guy, Vince.
Oh yeah, that's a nice one.
That is a beautiful fish right there. And we're not keeping fish today, folks, but if you think about it, Blake and I could keep 15 bluegills apiece, 15 perch apiece. I mean, you'd have a giant amount for a fish fry. And you think these fish are aggressive? That hook is way the heck in there. Look at that. Yay!
Yay! I had a little dry spell for a while.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
You and I have been spanked back here in the back of the boat, you know?
Yeah, well, he does have that advantage being in the front of the boat, but I mean, I am casting exactly where he is.
Let's tell everybody what Vince told you to do.
He said, cast 3 feet away wherever I cast. I'm trying.
And then when that happens, you get a big old bluegill like that.
It's a beauty.
There we go.
Hey, Vince, we are where today? Pool 8 this is?
Yep, Pool 8 of the Mississippi River.
And you know, as much water and as expansive as this is, and I know you and I have talked about this before, you spend a lot of time scouting, don't you, and finding spots?
I do. I spend a lot of time out here on my own, and part of the reason, like you have to on this river, is every spring, you know, we get floods, we get summer floods. The river's always different every time you come out here. The sand moves around, the weeds move around, even just the water level being a foot different from July whatever this year to July whatever next year makes everything different when you go out
So if you're not
there.
guiding, you're finding spots for
Exactly,
your
yep. You have to spend a lot of time out here looking and keeping up with the water.
Fish on.
Pretty comfortable way to fish, isn't it?
Absolutely. It feels good to be back in the boat, not going to lie.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's
Blake.
a platypus.
That's a platypus.
Wow, that is and look at the colors. It's beautiful.
So, Blake, have you missed fishing with us?
I have, but it was a great 8 years, and I love working at the Stilt House and all my friends there, but no, it was quite a blessing to work with you, Dad.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun, and you sure enjoyed Ryan the photographer, too,
Oh,
didn't you?
he's still my buddy.
Yeah, look at the size of that.
That is a
hey,
beautiful
Vince,
fish.
I'll tell you what, 8.5?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and look at the coloring on that fish. And to turn them, the width is what's impressive, too. You get some really nice chunks of meat out of there.
Got a big one?
Oh, they're just,
Oh my
look
gosh.
at that guy right there.
That looks like the biggest of the day.
I don't know. They're so similar in size, Vince. It's really hard to tell, if one's bigger than the other. But that's covering my entire hand there, Vince. Look at that.
Oh yeah, that's
a really, really nice fish.
Oh, here's another one.
With these liberal limits, Vince, do you ever worry about fishing this out?
Not really. And I get asked that a lot. But when you look at the massive amount of water out here and how little of this water we really touch in a year, I don't think you ever could. This river's enormous. The habitat out here is endless for them. Like, the river's incredible the way it produces year after year.
I'll tell you what. That is a nice one, and the fight is so, like we've said many times today, is so darn fun. And hand-sized bluegills, I don't know anywhere in the state of Wisconsin, even Minnesota, where you can get these kinds of fish on average. And Vince, one thing I want to ask you, buddy, if folks still want to do this, and they should, I recommend it, especially with the beautiful colors in October. Do you have any openings?
We do have openings, and we have a lot of time left to get in on this bite. We have the whole month of October, and the bite will be really good. And then in November, we typically run to about Thanksgiving week, and then we'll
do you? Cool.
Yep, as long as the weather lets us. Sometimes it gets too cold, but typically we can make it to about the weekend.
And almost every time is a limit.
Yep, it's a good bite, like you've seen today, and the size is so phenomenal. Like, the average, hard to beat.
Woohoo!
Hey, we got to tell the folks, seriously, we've been out here about 2 hours, right?
Yes, and we've caught, I don't know.
Vince, I have no idea how many fish we've caught, but folks, every time that we've been over here, Blake, it's really been the same. And I think this, with the beauty of the bluffs and the fall colors coming, this is really a unique place to fish, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not too far from Milwaukee or Chicago. It's a beautiful area. Like you said, once the, trees start changing colors, and it's a simple way to fish, too.
Here we go.
I was just saying to Blake, Vince, can you believe this heat today?
I can't. For early October, this is wild. It's like 84 degrees out.
And I was looking at the weather for the rest of the week. As I mentioned, today's October 1st. It's going to be in the 70s and sunny with very little wind the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's really not cooling down. Looks like at the end of next week, maybe we start cooling down, but I'm definitely ready for some colder air and colder water out here.
Now, how big is that one? That's 8?
That's another 8 covering the hand up.
Blake,
Yeah.
take a look at this.
I think we found a school just.
I know, that is and are they ever hungry, man? You feel a tick like that, folks, you set the hook right away. Get them, get them, get them, get them, get them. Oh, a teensy. Actually, put that up next to mine. That isn't that small, but mine's that big.
I think we're just spoiled today.
I know.
Here we go.
Okay, Vince, we're gonna triple up here.
There's a nice
one. All right,
one.
here, Vince. Oh, that's a beauty. I'm gonna hand you mine.
All right.
Let's hold these up together. Sorry, Blake, I just hit you in the head with a bluegill. And Blake's is only about 7, but take a look at those 2 big ones there. The one that you caught's 8.5.
Yeah, it might even be 9. That's a long one.
I'll tell you. Oh, look at this one, Vince.
Oh, that's a dandy.
Look at that, folks. I mean, what a day. Get out here and enjoy this. And again for, Vince has got one. Good job there, Vincey.
Not as big as yours, but
I don't know. Let's hold them up together.
I think you win this one.
I mean, they're both keeper bluegills, no doubt.
Yeah.
No, but I mean, seriously, for a couple hours of fishing, this has been a fabulous day.
Yeah, this has been a great day. I mean, we were out here middle of the day, too.
Yeah, got to tell the folks, we started at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. I mean, that's fabulous.
Here we go.
It's hard to get old Vince out of here. There's another nice
I
perch,
love this
Vince.
bite. This is my favorite time of year on the river.
And you know, I like we talked about early in the show, I fished with you with minnows before. That's fun when you're using minnows too, isn't it?
It is, and that time is coming real soon whenever it gets cold. Here's a
I
nice
can't
one.
even get you out of here, Vince. You're having so much fun.
No, it's hard to stop when they're all this big. I mean,
you know, and I'll tell you really what one valuable tool today was the Mega Live 2. And it's not so much to see the fish, it's to make sure that your cast goes directly to the weed line, right?
Yep, absolutely. That Mega Live helps us, 1, locate the weeds and keep our boat the right distance away, but 2, we can see our bait falling right next to them. And at least like today, you had to be pretty close to those weeds to get bit. They weren't coming far out of them.
Well, thank you, my friend.
Oh, thank you.
Vince Moldenhauer guides the Mississippi River on a daily basis. For more information, give Vince a call. That phone number is 414-791-5534. 791-5534. You know, folks, with my buddies using leeches and crawlers all day, I'm glad I've got the Johnson Pump washdown kit. All I can do then is spray down the boat and get all that stuff out of there. But the Johnson Pump washdown kit has another use. It's 92 degrees and humid today. Now watch. I'll take care of my buddy Tom in the back. There we go, Tommy. Hey, man. Oh, there we go, buddy. Oh, Johnson Pump washdown kit. Yes, sir, Tommy. That is refreshing, buddy. I am going to get you a Johnson Pump washdown kit. Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. Well, I'll tell you what, it's almost too hot to stay out here. We caught a lot of fish. You want to go in?
Yes, please.
All right, you going to come back?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, well, you take us out.
And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know where my dad's going to fish yet, but he'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm Blake Gillespie.
I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you and join John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.